Japanese tales. No respect. Su of Mudoji on Mount Hiei used to practice regularly at a triple waterfall just north of the mountain, invoking there the fiery Fudo. Once he prayed to Lord Fudo, "Put me on your back. Take me to the Sotsu heaven where Moroku, the future Buddha, lives. Bring me to the inner sanctum, from where, in the fullness of time, Moroku will be born into this world to save us." "That's not easy," Fudo answered, "but I'll take you there if you insist. First, wash your butt." Su ducked under the waterfall and made sure his butt was clean, got up on Fudo's head, and flew off to the Sotsu heaven. When they reached the gate to the inner sanctum, he saw above it the words, "Lotus of the Wonderful Teaching." "People go in chanting the sutra," Fudo reminded him. "The Lotus Sutra. You know, the Sutra of the Lotus of the Wonderful Teaching. You can't get in if you are not chanting it." Su lifted his eyes to the boundless heavens. "Drat," he exclaimed, "I read the sutra, of course, but I can't chant it now because I still don't know it by heart." "Oh, well, that's too bad. Then I suppose you can't go in. I'll just have to take you home again. We'll come back when you have the sutra down." Lord Fudo dropped Su off again by the waterfall. Su was terribly disappointed, but they say he did finally master the sutra in the end, and got into the inner sanctum. The Fudo who took him was, to be precise, the one he himself had made, life-sized, and enshrined in his temple. Su was known for his many miracles, and one day the Samidono Empress fell ill, tormented by an evil spirit. When someone suggested Su as an outstanding healer, a disciple of the great Enin, you know, he lives on Mount Hiei, the Empress sent a messenger to fetch him. When Su arrived, he waited at the middle gate of the mansion, a tall monk, more like a demon than a man, wearing rough clogs and a bark fiber habit, and carrying a rosary of big seeds. The Empress' attendants found him there. "Goodness," they whispered to each other, "what a tramp! We can't possibly let him into Her Majesty's presence." And they told him he would have to pray from the veranda outside the Empress's room. And word directly from Her Majesty immediately confirmed the order. Since the Empress was some distance away, all Su actually had of her was the groaning that came through her curtains. On hearing her, he began loudly working his rites. Lord Fudo himself seemed present, and a shiver of awe gave the attendants gooseflesh. Suddenly the Empress shot through the curtain, all wrapped up as she was in 2 pink robes, and came rolling out to Su on the veranda. There was an uproar. "Oh, my lady, how awful! Oh, please, your grace, please, put her back. You can go right up to her curtains, of course you can." Su would not budge. "Why, I wouldn't think of it," he said. "A poor beggar like me wouldn't dare approach Her Majesty." Furious at having been denied direct access to the Empress in the first place, he had no intention of moving. On the contrary, right out there on the veranda, he raised Her Majesty 4 or 5 feet in the air and gave her a good whack. Panic-stricken, her attendants hustled the curtains over to hide her, while at the same time chasing all the bystanders that could get at passing servants, ladies-in-waitings, and gentlemen of the court, out of sight. Alas, the damage was already done. Everyone had seen the Empress as plain could be. Su gave her a few more whacks, and scooted her back to where she had started out from, so notoriously concealed. Then he left. "Oh, do wait a moment," the Empress's attendants cried out, but he ignored them. "I've been standing around too long as it is," he grumbled, "and my back hurts." The Empress found that the evil spirit was now gone, and that she felt perfectly well. Su had been so impressive that he soon got an imperial proclamation appointing him a bishop. "Now what's a beggar like me to do with a fancy title like that?" he muttered, and sent the messenger packing. After that, Su was constantly being called to heal people in Kyoto, but he refused to go. He would always complain that in the capital you do not get any respect.